was glad I had a Imperial Stout.
Me too. Well, hello, folks. Welcome to Imperial Stouts. It's not Wildcard Wednesday. It's Imperial Stout Wednesday.
Hello.
And we're here live on the air.
Hi, Beer Man.
Hey, Michael. Cheers.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Michael. So I'm here in Louisiana, and we'll go west to east. Beer Man is in Oregon, and I'm in Louisiana, and Michael is in Brooklyn, New York, City, New York. And we have Imperial Stouts tonight. And let's see, I got to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. I will let Michael know what I have. I have Bell's 35th Anniversary Edition Expedition Stout.
What's the ABV?
It is 11.5. It says the shelf life is unlimited. It was packaged on September 3rd, so just 2 months and a day. Expedition Stout is the longest brewed Imperial Stout in the United States, first brewed in 1989. We couldn't think of a better way to honor our 35th anniversary as a company since 1985. So we brewed a special, stronger version for you, and not to mention more expensive version. All right, it was $12.49 for a 4-pack. Okay, now Beer Man has.
All right. I have from the Brewing Project out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's the PB Attack Imperial Peanut Butter Imperial Stout.
Wow.
Malt beverages with cocoa nibs, chocolate, peanut butter, and natural peanut flavoring. I've had this before, but I definitely am glad I had one in the fridge to share with you guys. So yeah, it should be good. Cheers. And the percentage is this is at 12%. It doesn't say it on the can, but I looked it up.
Okay. Well, that's the big thing. One of the big things these days, those peanut butter stouts. Huh? Now, Michael has.
I have a classic from North Coast called Old Rasputin.
Nice.
9% alcohol and 75 IBUs. It's been around for a while, and I think it's a classic Imperial Stout.
Sure is, from 1980, since 1988. My friend Paul called me today, and I said, why don't you go run and get you an Imperial Stout for tonight? Oh, yeah, I'll go get some Old Rasputin. I said, that's a good choice. But I'm sure he won't join. He's got those 4 children. They want to climb all over him and scream and holler when he's trying to do the beer hangout, so it doesn't work out too well these days. He used to join every Wednesday. All right, so I'm going to pop mine open, and like I say, when people join, be patient. We'll add you. We'll let you have your say, of course. Try to post the comments. I'm not going to read the comments. I don't like Hangouts where people read all the comments when I can clearly read them myself, and then it makes a 20-minute video last 40 minutes, and it makes an hour video last 2 hours. All right. Some nice little smoke, or what you call water vapor, which is what it actually is. Now, that thing came out thick like motor oil. I was watching it pour out. You couldn't see that. It looked like some kind of thick, viscous substance. I was shocked by that, actually, just now looking at it. I was thinking, I don't recall it looking that thick, you know. So I'll give a little rundown, and we'll jump on to everybody else. We expedite things here on this channel. Move it along. Okay, so there you see. Ooh. Ooh, I got it in this 112 glass. Kind of froze up there for a moment. Don't know what happened. A little glitch. Internet's been acting funny all for 2 days, I was trying to post some music to Facebook, and it was saying the app isn't. What did it say? The app is under construction. I was like, what are they talking about? I've been doing this for years. So that was very odd. And then it deleted all kind of videos that I had posted on Facebook. And it wasn't just me. I noticed other people, same thing. It was just, so it's probably some kind of technical issue. All right. But that's not the only thing. Now, Canada. That's right, Canada dry hands because of violating federalism. Yeah, get your beers now. You'll have to do a lot of home brewing, maybe. Okay, so back to this. The aroma is rich. Rich, dark malt, tangy, what you want to call that. Some people like to use that word umami, because then you know what you're talking about when you use that word. Okay, but they mean savory. There was a beer made with Minnesota. Yeah, there was a beer made with Minnesota. Now there was a beer recently made with monosodium glutamate. So I said, well, they've done it all now. All right. That was the Kung Pao beer. Oh, this flavor is so rich. And when I first had this beer, I was complaining and I said it tasted like aluminum foil. But now I don't believe now it tastes like aluminum foil, maybe tin foil. No, it's a sharp aroma and it's hard to figure out. I would like to try the barrel aged. Can't get it. Woo. It's deep, rich, dark, robust, charred, bitter, chocolatey, alcoholic, fudgy, almost like a brownie. Yeah, it's worth the money because it's an experience. It's like you're on like a little. It's kind of like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You're on that little boat ride, you know, and it's getting really crazy and psychedelic. It's kind of like when I was a kid that scared me. I was like, it's a scary scene, but now it's like an adventurous scene. So I want to be elected. All right, so I haven't decided if I'll run for president one day, but I think I'd be a very great president. But anyway, this is a dynamite beer, and it's a strong bread crust. Oh, let me post a link to this hangout. I forgot to post a link to anybody who wants to join. Y'all join in with your Imperial Stouts. Well, Burley, let's think. All right. Woof. That's a biggie. It's going fine. East Coast LQ reviews. There's y'all's link. There's Jeremy V, the Arkansas legendary Jeremy, the Arkansas hero, rock and roll star. All right, now y'all know. Oh, Beer Van's got to unmute himself. Y'all know I'm gonna give y'all a high score for this jewel, this luxury item.
Right on. Well, thanks, Ron. I appreciate you letting me be here. Excellent beer you had there. All right. So this one is from the Brewing Project. As I said earlier, it's from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's a PB Attack Imperial Stout. Little thing I was reading on it is a 12% ABV, and it's got milk, sugar, peanut, and buckets of peanut butter cups in it. So, and cocoa nibs. It's quite an interesting beer, and I'm very happy to try that here. So let's open this up.
I would like to get it myself, but ain't never seen it. Oh well.
It looks like oil and dark chocolate, cocoa nibs and baker's chocolate. It's very dark, very thick, just under a finger head, half finger. Let's go for the nose here. Yeah, it's just real milk chocolate, like a kind of a dark milk. It's like a mixture. It's got that milk, sugar, lactose going on, but you can so it kind of makes it more milky or smelling. You do get the Reese's peanut butter cups, the chocolate, the milk chocolate around the. I guess that's what I'm getting. I think kind of that candied peanut butter, but you also get kind of a salted peanut shell kind of thing going on. It's yeah, just really strong with peanut butter cups. Let's go for the look. So head retention's not good. It's 12%. That thing's going to go down pretty quick. It does have some kind of an oily wash matter thing going on the sides of the glass. Not really lagging or anything. Just real docile and not really moving around. It's a dark beer. It's opaque. It's black. If anything, a dark brown. The head is like an oil brown kind of look. Very oily. There you go with a little bit of crystallized sugar going on the sides. Let's go for the taste. Cheers.
Cheers to your tasting.
It's really smooth, not a whole lot of carbonation. It's very thick, mouth coating, lathering of the mouth, just crazy. Very oily and thick, just that honey-like, just thickness. Very sweet. It does have it has that hardcore it really stood by its word with the Reese's peanut butter cups. It really does taste like one. But it's also got a side to it that's it's got kind of a brown bread, molasses, dark baker's chocolatey kind of milk chocolate mix. It's very thick and like a meal in a glass. I mean, hardcore. You could definitely put this in your car, 10W30 maybe or 40.
What about a lawnmower?
Probably lawnmower oil. There you go. It's got kind of an olive complex look to it in the color, which is crazy, like an olive brown. Very tasty, very good, very coating. Really like this. It's a sipper. Drinkability is not super drinkable. But drinkable enough to where you can actually sip on it and enjoy it after with your dessert or whatever, more or less. Nightcap beer. So got my thoughts on this. Thank you. Yeah, you want to wait on the score. So yeah, cheers. Cheers
to you. Now we're going to add somebody, but then we're going to go back to Michael for his showcase. It's the Scout of whiskey.
Cheers, whiskey.
Do you want me to go first? Yeah. You'll add Robert when he comes back. This is from North Coast Brewing, and it's called Old Rasputin. 9% alcohol, 75 IBUs. Let me open it up and let you see it in the glass. My Bellhaven black glass. Let's see if you can get it into the camera so you can see it.
See it.
Very nice pour. Maybe a bit
I
of
like
an
those kind of pours. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what it's giving me is a nice beige kind of very bubbly head, thick head, and it's dark brown to almost black. Let me see if I can look through it. It's kind of like ruby tinges on the side, but it's pretty hard to look through it. Pretty nice, and the head is, so far it's 9%, so it's not one of the higher, super high alcohol ones, but the head seems to be holding up. You're getting good head retention, and a little bit on the top. It's restoring. Let me get a nose on it. There's a lot of stuff going on in this nose. Kind of getting licorice and raisins, some char, like a roasted coffee, vanilla, maybe some dark chocolate too. So there's a lot going on, a lot of different smells. Let me get a taste on it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Wow. Well, the first thing that hits you is kind of like a bitter intensity. And I'm not sure if it's the, it is 75 IBU, so I guess that's not surprising. But it's a combination, it's kind of like an acrid kind of bitter in the taste.
Yep. Yep.
It's very intense. What else am I getting? I'm getting some coffee in it. There's very little residual sweetness in it. So it's almost like the bitterness is running the show. And the coffee that I'm getting is kind of like an espresso type.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a weird citrus kind of undertone going on as well. Very slight, but there. And there's chocolate in it as well. It's not particularly complex in what it's doing, but it does come across as a really very nice stout. It's drinkable, and the alcohol is at least partly masked. But again, you're not going to drink this and think that it's a session beer. So it's above that session level. But you can think it's about a 7, and it's really a 9, so it's covering it up a little bit. I'll keep sipping on it and have a number for you when we come back around.
Okay.
Bumpy.
Now the legendary Ronald and legendary beer man and the legendary Michael have all talked about their beers. So now the legendary Robert, the Whiskey Scout, is about to talk about a most fantastic offering. I can see the label already. And then Bumpy will come on and show us what he's got. But oh boy, get ready, people, because now it is getting even more exciting as we speak.
Yes, I looked in the back of my fridge and I had 2 CBSs still in there.
I'll
And
say
I said, that's a good time to drink another one.
yeah.
And Ron has given me the perfect opportunity to do so. All right. CBS. This is the 2019 edition, release edition, whatever you want to say. I forget the ABV. It's 11.3% alcohol by volume, if I can even speak. 10/1/19 was bottled on. So it does got some age on it by now. Almost a year and 3 days?
Yeah.
So we shall see if that amount of time in the bottle did it any favors. See if it still ranks as high as it did when I've had it way back when I first bought it.
I bet it will.
Bet it will too. And look, we get a nice 1/2 inch head on it. Chocolate head, very chocolatey colored head. Nice foam to it. I can already smell the chocolate, the roasty malts, and the coffee from here. Even though it doesn't have coffee in it, if I remember right, this is a maple syrup. Some bourbon barrels that previously housed maple syrup. Same base beer in as the imperialized version of the breakfast stout. Oh, yes. Well, like I said, coffee, chocolate, immediately from here. I mean, this is unmistakable. Nicely roasted malts. The vanilla comes off very well. There is a nice, dark, dried fruitiness that comes through in the nose as well. Think dates, figs, dried dates, dried figs. A little barrel character there. If you drink any whiskey with any age, you'll know what I mean when I say barrel character.
Yeah.
Although on the nose, I have to admit, I really get a sweetness, but can't say as I get the maple itself that I expect to get when I take the sip, because that's what I got last time. Oh, but man, it smells good. This stuff is it's worth every dollar. I can still get these occasionally if I walk into certain stores.
Yep. Same here.
All right. Going in for the taste, fellas.
Cheers to your
Cheers.
extraordinary Michigan beer adventure.
Oh. again, it hits you up front. The sweetness now hits you up front, and the sweetness cascades over the tongue. You do get that. You do get that maple, but then there's a nice vanilla that just kind of sets in with it. The coffee actually comes in after, for me, after the maple vanilla sweetness. I start getting that roasted coffee and chocolate that develops after that effect for me. A nice lingering, soft bitterness that rests on the back and the back of the sides of the tongue is there during the swallow. Still maintains that nice vanilla, coffee, chocolate unctuousness that's just there. Full mouth, full body on the mouth. Completely encompasses, encapsulates the palate. Just, you know what? It's gotten better, I think. I think I'm getting more vanilla now than I got originally. The dried fruits come in. They come in. It's the transitions. The dried fruits. God, I can't even speak to that. You guys have to forgive me. The dried fruits come in right there around the time the coffee does, but they just linger in the background. But you get it. I mean, it's not something you have to hunt for. It's there, but it just kind of hangs around. The sweetness does stay beginning to the end. I enjoy the sweetness through the entire sip. It's always there. There's sweetness on my lips. You get that when you lick your lips. That's from the maple and the maple barrels. And no, that's exactly where that comes from. And I would think that I don't know their lot sizes or how much they batch or how they do that, but each barrel is individual. They might have some maple barrels that have retained more sweetness than others. I don't know if they batch 10, 50, 100 barrels together per lot. It's hard to say what kind of batching they do. So it would, I would think, in my mind, be conceivable for some of these to be sweeter than others. All depending on batch size and residual maple within the barrels themselves. I don't know if that's something that you guys think about or not. Barrel effect, very last end. Barrel effects kind of just rest back there. Nice, slightly woody, slightly tannicness, but it's not, it doesn't affect the mouthfeel at all. All right, I've said enough. I think we all know what I'm going to say. So we'll just run on to Bumpy, and I'll come back around to me.
Okay. Well, you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely good.
Very good. So the beer, the stout, the Imperial Stout that I have, looks like a home brewer's job here. Comes from Daydreaming Brewing Company. They're out of Derry, New Hampshire. They've only been open for 14 months. So very new. I have never had anything from them. I never even knew about them until I started seeing these bottles start popping up in the packy where I go to grab my craft beer. But this one is a Russian Imperial Stout called Virus. And it is 10.5% ABV. I guess I was just looking them up a little bit. I guess they specialize in English brews. Yes, and stuff like that.
Looks like an Imperial Stout to me, and it's lively.
That is...
Woof, woof.
All right. It's like a very dark head, tight bubbles. The brew itself is, we'll just call it black. It's black. The aromas on this?
That is a yellow head.
Yeah, bit of a roasty toasty going on. A little bit of a faint chocolate in there. kind of earthy hoppiness as well. And I did cheat there a little bit. I guess had to saving that head from overflowing. So I already know that this one has some bitterness to it. But yeah, it's going for the real first swig. So cheers.
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 A lot of grain, husk like flavor. There's a little tad bit of a fruity note that starts coming up. It doesn't quite go into plum, but it's in the dark fruit range, and then it goes into this bit of metallic taste that just dives right into this pretty large bitterness. This is very earthy, extremely unpleasantly bitter for my palate. Flavors other than that, I mean, yeah, a little bit of that roastiness, but body on it, very soft mouthfeel. Anyways, the carbonation's fairly low. So, I'd say in the medium body feel, but kind of thin also for a stout. Yeah, damn, this is pretty unpleasant. Yeah,
I bet it wasn't $1.50 either.
no, this was about I think I paid $10.99 or something for this bottle.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Makes you get the willies, and it's bad.
Yeah, this is my
Bumpy
first
has
beer of the day getting home from work. So there we go.
Bumpy Road has run across some very degraded products over the year and a half. I guess we've been with him. He gets some good ones, and he gets some nightmares on liquid nightmares.
Yeah, but hey, that's what I get for trying new stuff all the time. You know, you're bound
But
to
if you don't
come
try,
across.
you don't know. I mean, that's
Right,
the
exactly.
unfortunate side. Yeah.
That's right. If you don't try, you don't know. Well, Michael Komarov must have lost his internet connection, but I'm sure he'll be back. He just said it just went bloop. But anyway, well, this beer, while the Whiskey Scout was speaking, I was shaking it so aggressively, the bottle, because it had an incredible amount of caked sediment at the bottom, almost like a film, like just gunk. And I thought, oh, let me shake this loose and pour it in, which I did. Let's see if it made any difference. It probably won't make much difference, but still smells richer. I wouldn't go along with that. It's just rich. Okay. I think once a month would be enough for me on a thing like this. It's the kind of product that if you drink it every day, you'd hate it pretty soon, and you'd just go start drinking Keystone Light all the time. You have like a reactionary response to it. But then ain't nobody going to drink this every day unless you're trying to get extremely overweight, get high blood pressure, get sick, have a distended abdomen, breakdown, and generally ruin your life. But if you treat it as a dessert item that you have every once in a while, he's approving my message. Because it's a sensible message. These things are not made as everyday drinkers. Only a fool would believe that. A person would have to have a child's mentality to believe that this is an everyday drinker. I know some people that are trying to live that lifestyle, but I'm not seeing particularly positive results. But addressing this product as it's designed to be addressed, as a once a month or less item, it's fabulous. I gave it a less than stellar score when I first had it, but I even said in the video it's probably me and not the beer. You know, that I couldn't necessarily put all my faculties around it, you know. So I don't know what that was about the aluminum foil taste and all that. It's just probably the beer was probably too high level for my abilities. But now I'm starting to kind of climb the ladder a little bit and catch up with it. So I think it's oh man, it's a straight up A plus. It's a 98 out of 100, and that might be too low. But I'm going to say 98 sounds sensible. There's a lot of glare here, but it sounds sensible to me. You got to pay if you want to play, though. You got to pay if you want to play. So get on over to Total Wine and More and bring some money. You're going to need it. And so 98, Michael, come on back. Oh, Michael. And then to do a promo tomorrow morning at dawn. This will really be a showdown. I'm not being cheeky or smart aleck. This is going to – oh, here he's back. This is going to be a showdown because I think these are going to be very similar. I've got Sazerac Rye. I'll say different things about it, but I've not seen anything definitive. So I don't post things that they're not definitive. But all I know is it's a straight rye whiskey, and it's produced in New Orleans, Louisiana, and in Frankfort, Kentucky. All right? This I know. And the competitor is going to be Jack Daniels. And I do know some facts about this that I know for sure it was introduced in 2017. I know it's a Tennessee product. I know the ratio of rye, although I can't remember the number right now, but I think it's well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's gonna be the last showdown, because once we're finished with rye, tomorrow later in the day, I'm gonna do a solo review, which will be posted soon, of George Dickel Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey number 12. There is no number 11. Sazerac is better, he says. Well, we'll see. That's why I do it blind, Robert. That's why I do it blind. Don't want to let any bias please. The George.
I'm not saying the Jack Daniels is bad. It's not bad. It's just not as good as Sazerac.
Just saying one is better, right?
Right.
I've never had Dickel. I've never had Dickel 12, but
you sad man. That's
but I paid only what? But I only paid $12.50 for the bottle, and I am thinking good thoughts about it. And then it's going to go in a showdown against all the bourbons I own. I've got a lot of bourbons ready to fight, such as, look at this, Handmade the Hard Way. I'm about to go. All right, I've got a lot of bourbons lined up against it, such as Woodford Reserve and Blanton's Single Barrel and Jack Daniel's Green Label, all kind of stuff. Okay, now so it'll be a contest of varying quality levels. So, Beer Man, what do you score yours?
I didn't get your rating because I was knocked off. What was your rating, Jay?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry you got knocked offline. Mine was 98.
Okay.
It's fabulous. It's great. It's awesome. If you see it, buy it. Pay your $12.50 and live a little. Okay.
Nice. $12. Nice. That's steep. But if it's worth it, hey. I think this was
a 4-pack. 12.
All right. Gotcha.
$12.50 for a 4-pack. Okay.
Nice. This was probably this was like a $5 12-ounce bottle or glass or can. I can't even think right now. Very warming is what I got. I forgot to mention. There's just some things I'm trying to think of here while I didn't mention them. Very warming in the throat from the alcohol. Sticky lips for sure. It just really got sticky all over. The ants are gonna love this one. The body is definitely robust, slight plumminess as well. I got a little bit of a kind of a yeasty or a plummy kind of thing. It was just a very smell of salty peanut shells. It was very nice. Finish was dry, tangy, sweet, salty. I loved it. Just great. I don't want to go over the review, but 98 out of 100. Very good beer. I recommend this. It's a dessert beer. It's something that you would definitely want as a nightcap and as a sipper. But for a sipper, it was beautiful. So excellent. As far as my things, beer and cheese is definitely on for Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Wednesday will be another review and recipe and review time at 6 o'clock Eastern. I don't know what that'll be yet. And of course, I follow all you guys and share you out and do my best to take care of my community. So cheers, guys. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. This has been good. Been fun.
And what's your score one more time?
98 out of 100. Yeah.
98. Wow, 98 and a 98. Okay, now the Whiskey Scout. I got a good feeling about this.
I mean, one more time just to verify.
Oh boy. The
Yeah, it's
alcohol-
100. It's 100 out of 100. There's no doubt. Even as it warms, it gets better. I noticed a lot of people talking about they like KBS better than CBS and different things. First of all, KBS is just 1 point or 2 points below the CBS, in my opinion. We're all different. We all are very susceptible to it. I like the maple flavors, actually, that comes off of this one. KBS, I think it kind of helps balance out some of that barrel heat. It is right. It's sweeter than the KBS. It's not to say I don't like the KBS. I do. In fact, I like the Imperial Stout from Founders. I like the Breakfast Stout from Founders. All that whole line is all very good beers. And so each one of our palates are a little different. So certain people's going to find certain things better. I haven't seen the Mackinac Fudge and the other one they've got. Somebody talked about. I haven't seen those yet in my area. I'd like to. I may never. It's just the luck of the draw here. As far as videos going out, I had some family issues. So the last week, I haven't been able to produce a video. Maybe later this week if I get time. Or I might try to sneak one tomorrow on. But it'll be a couple of days before I edit it. So, but I don't know yet. I got too many pans in the fire and not enough time. So, but I will get one out. So sooner or
We
later.
understand.
Yeah.
We understand.
And Top Tier Connell is an all right Irish whiskey. In my opinion, there's much better out there. I've had it. It's okay. It's not. There's other Irish whiskeys I would prefer myself, but I wouldn't turn down a dram of it if somebody offered. It's not bad. It's just there's a lot of things I find a lot better than it. Anyway, I've said I'll get off my soapbox. I said enough. 104.
Okay. I just started playing around with Irish whiskeys myself. You know what I've been fooling with, but I've got a long way to go. I've only done videos with Drumcastle, Bushmills Red Bush, and Bushmills Black Bush. That's 4, so I've got a long way to go.
I would put Bushmills Black Bush kind of close to Tyrconnell as far as it doesn't quite have the sherry flavorings that. It's more, I think, more bourbon finish than that, maybe all bourbon finish, but it's the same quality of whiskey as what you're getting in a Black Bush. So, to me, anyway.
Okay.
That's just personal. I mean, everybody's different.
And I'm pretty sure you never had the Drumcastle.
Drumcastle. Yeah, but that's a Scotch.
No. Drumcastle is Irish whiskey. I even know where to buy it.
There's something called Drumgoise or something like that. That's a Scotch.
Yeah,
so
Drumcastle.
I think you're right. I'm confusing that.
Yeah, Drumcastle is not famous.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
And B, not well covered. But anyway, Michael, we have a 98, and 100. What are you going to score?
I'm going to score the old Rasputin a 95. It's definitely a solid A. It's definitely a quality Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
You have to like intense Imperial Stouts, though. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is for the, stout drinker who's ready for some intensity. But I like it, and it's definitely a solid A. It's not top end stuff like yours, but it's still bordering on being extremely good. And I would buy it again for sure.
So if somebody's strongest beer in their experience of drinking would be like Miller High Life, this might not be something they want to.
I think they should stay away from this altogether. Have a Guinness instead. That's much less intense. They could handle that better. And Stout Sunday is on. John is going to be hosting 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, as he normally does. He's been away for a couple of weeks, but he will be on again on Sunday. Everybody try to come on if you can. And Jesse, when you do come on now, I would like you to at least give me an abridged version of your beer so I can write it down. It doesn't have to be your full line. Just give me a quick idea what you did so I can write it down.
Oh, this one's not worth writing down.
I have to write it down anyway. Just you can make it fast. You don't have to be too involved. Let me just
Here comes the bad times, y'all. Get ready for the bad times. Go, Jesse, go.
Daydreaming Brewing Company.
Daydreaming. And what's the beer called?
Virus.
What's the ABV?
10.5.
Okay. Give me a quick descriptor note.
Virus.
A quick description of it?
Yeah.
As far as the flavors and all that stuff?
Just hit it fast.
All right. Well, if I did my Bumpy 50-point inspection here, the aromas on it, well, I mean, the appearance was nice. It was 6 out of 6. It did look like an Imperial Stout. The aromas on it, you get some of the aromas that you'd expect out of an Imperial Stout, with like the chocolate, the robust roastiness. A little bit of the hops are actually kind of coming through with an earthy tone. But it was, to me, it was a 7 out of 10 for the aromas. Just because you can almost tell that it's going to be unpleasant. Now, drinking it, it's very, that's the first thing I get is this grainy hay, like husk malt flavor. It's very unpleasant, not something you're really looking for in an Imperial Stout at all. And then it just goes into that kind of, you get some of the roasty toastiness from the malts, but then it's this little hint of like a dark fruit type flavor. Chocolate's kind of hard to find in there, but I think it's kind of hidden a little bit. But there was a slight metallic note that I picked up on, and then it just goes straight into an extreme, nasty, earthy bitterness.
Sounds awful.
It is awful. I gave it a 5 out of 19 for the flavors. And that's because the carbonation was nice on it, being very mellow and low on the carbonation. It gave it a nice mouth feel, at least with softness. But thin, medium body. So watery, thin, medium body. 3 out of 5 for the body on it. My overall on this is a 1 out of 10, just to be nice. So my Bumpy score would be a 22 out of 50. Now, poor beer starts at 30. So I mean, this is 8 points below a poor beer. And how do I rate this on a 100 scale? I would probably say it's about a 47 out of 100.
So that's
I don't even want to. The one thing they seem to do right in this, the alcohol is well hidden. I did not pick up on any alcohol flavors at 10.5%.
So if we see it on the shelf, we should keep going.
Big Bjorn Stout.
Yeah. Let's pass them by.
Yeah.
Yes, baby.
Yeah. Let me.
Are we ready for Multi Monday?
Yeah, the Multi Monday. So Multi Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday on my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery. It looks like I just checked this, and it is looking like the Winter Warmer is going to be the next year.
Okay, awesome.
Winter Warmer. Okay, I'll be looking in. That could be a difficult thing, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, they are out there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Everything's like a month or so ahead. So.
But the town I live in is not big.
Well, then go to the next town.
I'm like, yeah, well, the next town is smaller, and
You ain't done
I'm
the
like,
dishes yet, huh?
camp. I live in a small town, but I will try to get a winter warmer because I like winter warmers like Samuel Smith's. I'd love to bring that one, but I hadn't seen it, and I'd love to bring the Samuel Adams. I asked a manager yesterday. I said, "What's going on with the Samuel Adams variety pack?" I mean, I'm looking for it, and he said, "Well, I haven't had that for years." I said, "Well, it's out there." So I'm dealing with that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm not too confident, but I would be disgusted if I couldn't join 2 weeks in a row.
I like
Howdy.
Shadio's next comment because that's actually the one I picked up for the winter warmers.
Oh, Breckenridge? No, Breckenridge?
Breckenridge Brewery Christmas. Yeah, I think. Okay. I think that's the one I've seen too, come to think of.
That's the one I picked up.
Yeah. All right, I'll be looking for something different.
Fezziwig.
Old Fezziwig. Well, everybody was complaining because they said Old Fezziwig
wasn't in the Sam Adams winter pack. It was not.
Oh, literally, that's a Christmas ale.
Well, you say winter. Okay. Oh, Taddy. You mean Taddy Porter. Okay. No, I love Samuel Adams' Old Fezziwig, but I want to get Samuel Smith's Winter Warmer, and I'm unanimous in that.
I looked for that one. I couldn't find it in the store. That was always a good one though.
Yeah, joining anytime you want. Anybody, Chatio, Brian Lape, anybody wants to join on in. Everybody's welcome. Okay, last comments for anybody out there before this video production ends.
Canadian whiskey sucks.
You are a communist. Because you are a communist.
I just said the first thing that came to my mind. I really don't care.
Got a bottle of that in the kitchen.
I feel sorry for you.
Don't worry about him, folks. He's just full of hate. All right.
I'm just having fun.
It's funny that he says that because, and it's sad because jealousy is a terrible thing. Okay, Chatio, no problem. Jealousy is a terrible thing because don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me because I bought Crown Royal Northern Harvest 95% rye last Saturday for $16.99. Don't be jealous with me. Anyway,
I would pay you $16.99 to take it off my hands. If I had a bottle still. If we're to be truthfully and honest, I think I got it on sale 3 years ago for like same price, around $14.99 or something like that. And if I'm to be really honest, I poured the last half of that bottle down the drain. I mean, that's truth. That's pure honesty. I didn't like it at all. So, but I hope you do. Okay, that's true. Some people do. There's no doubt about it. It sells because some people like it, but it just, I'm not a Crown Royal boy.
Whiskey Scout won't be joining us in any future hangouts, but we appreciate his.
And there might be some people out there that like the virus too. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you really started some fires. You started more fires than that little girl in Firestarter.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore. He started more fires than Drew Barrymore tonight. And that
I hope
was
this
with,
brewery doesn't close down because of me.
and who was in that movie? That was the guy that played Patton, George C. Scott. Yeah, And Michael hell. All right. Anyway, any last okay. Any last comments?
I was going to say tomorrow is my first Thursday of the month get together. So the people are going to be, and we're going inside for the first time. We've been having them in the backyard, but it's getting to be November where it's too cold to do it outside. So it's only going to be 5 people. We're going to spread out at my kitchen table and we're going to do it. And I'll end up posting what we did on Beer Talk 2020 and on Hangouts and let everybody know what went down.
Yeah, and don't I always respond to your posts?
You tell me which ones you've had. I'm always impressed that you're going across. I try to change my selection, and usually you have tried them. Some of the stuff I do get is local, so you don't get a chance to try that. But the national stuff you do get a shot at.
Right. Well, Chattio, I have even more shocking news. My friend David came over on Halloween Saturday, and he brought Celebration, and we reviewed it, and we loved it. Oh, thank you, WP Bird 1. Right. I'm just like John Mellencamp, except
not as wealthy.
Right. Not as wealthy, and I don't live in little pink houses. All right, Drew Barrymore, yes. My ex-girlfriend, Drew Barrymore. We didn't get along that well, but we had some good times.
That's a good price for doers for a 12-year-old for 15.
Oh, you got the last bottle, FACP. He got the last bottle because it's a 48.88. It's a 48.99 bottle at Total Wine and More. And FACP Monitoring, that's his alias name. And David and myself got the bottles for $14.99, which is an unheard of price. No, I didn't miss it. I bought the first one.
Was the cap a little loose? Did it feel like somebody had refilled it?
Hey, jealous. Beer Man's got coming up. Beer Man is not full of hate, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that in. And
no hate, no hate.
Although we had a big showdown.
Y'all might hate me, but I don't hate anyone.
He hates you, Beer Man. If anything, I want to party with you.
Yeah, I want to also.
Thank you, WP Berg.
We don't particularly like Steeler fans, though.
That's starting to make my bucket list. Party with Beer Man.
There you go. Let's do it.
Party with Beer Man and watch the Giants and the Jets. No,
don't want to watch any of the New York teams. They're awful.
I'll come there so you don't have to come to Oregon.
I like the coast. I like to see the ocean.
Beat up by all the Riders. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the only problem with this video tonight is that John and Ilay could not join, I guess, because he was working. He was planning to join, but he didn't make it. So that kind of ruins the video. But we tried our best. We had a 98, a 98, a 100, a 95, and a dud.
And a
colossal. Oh, I would dump it out. If it was below any beer I drank, if it's below a 60, it's down the drain.
Yeah.
I've been through that camo experience. Oh no, And I did Axe Head. Oh, Axe Head. Oh. Ooh. And it's not all American beers. I had 2 from the Czech Republic. I had Boom. What was it called? Boom and Pow. They were
seriously. That's the name of the beers.
Yeah, Boom and Pow, and they were 15%. They were 15% alcohol, and I drank some of it, and I just said, I can't do it. I can't. It's coming back up, and I did try, and I tried, y'all. I tried to drink Super Brew 15 from Romania, but I said Super Brew 15. Who drinks this? You know, it's like I could not do it. I could not. So I know where you are, Bumpy Road, but I don't think you're that bad down the road. I think that Imperial Stout would be good compared to Super Brew 15 or Boom and Pow.
Possibly. I mean, I have been drinking down on it, but I am going to probably dump the rest. I was just at 10.5% ABV. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get a little buzz quick. Save on some other better beer.
It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, Bumpy.
It ain't worth it, Bumpy. It ain't worth it.
I gotta go eat some spaghetti now.
I like that idea. I like that idea. Well, folks,
see everybody on Stout Sunday if you can make it. I know it's early for Beer Man.
A bit. Those magic mornings.
I do have some really nice stouts lined up for that. I have St. Arnold Pumpkinator Barrel Aged, and I have St. Arnold Pumpkinator Barrel Aged with cocoa nibs, and so many exciting stouts. So my problem with that is I have to wait a week between each one, and I can't hardly stand it.
Next week we'll be back to our wild card editions.
Wild, all right, sweet.
Next Wednesday's wild card. Bring what you want. The 18th, bring what you want. The 25th is the 10th anniversary special. It'll be 10 years since I started doing video reviews, which I think is a good start.
Yep, it is.
It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. You know?
And then holiday beers is the first week in December.
I was about to say that I bought my Christmas beer today. I bought a Beta Christmas beer. I have to check it out. They change it every year. I want to see what it's a secret ingredient, but I want to see what it tastes like.
I have to still get mine.
Right. Most people probably do. Brian Lape, you got to join us on these hangouts. Come on now. All right. Well, that's enough jibber jabber. I will be online tomorrow. That's the plan, at least, doing a whiskey and see how that goes. I have some ideas. I'm pretty sure it'll work out like I think. And then, a peanut butter porter.
Why can't Commerce Ozzy come on Stout Sunday?
Right. He just drinks along. He drinks along, but he should join, you know?
Yeah. Just bring it.
We always have extra spots.
Yep.
You're right. Bring it on. Bring it on, baby. All right. Well, when Las Vegas puts their vote in play tomorrow, the last 25%, that's going to be the key to the riddle. We'll have 4 more years of making America great again. All right. So anyway, y'all take care. And I might be living in a world of flights of fancy. But anyway, I like to live in a dream world.
That's Tommy.
He's sneezing over there. And I think I triggered that. And I like to live in a world of fantasy even more than a world of reality. All right. So thank you very much for Beer Man out in not Portland, of course, but Beer Man in Oregon and the Whiskey Scout in the great state of Kansas, and Michael in Brooklyn, New York City, New York, and Bumpy Road Brewery. And I want to thank myself for letting me join. So, I like this.
For tolerating me for 1 more week.
First, Ozzy has to upgrade his equipment before he can come on. No, that's his.
Oh, that's understandable. Oh, you see now, Beer Man, they're calling you a mystic.
Is that Van Morrison's song, right? Into the Mystic.
Well, at least they're not like me. They're not calling you a guru.
No, well, I'm not a guru.
When I get on Facebook, when I get on Facebook every morning, it's with great dread, because I know there's going to be some kind of thing. Like this morning, I got on Facebook and somebody said, "Hey, man, blah, 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 with this problem with this beer guy." And I'm like, I'm not a guru. I really have ability to solve problems. I'm really good at causing problems, but I'm not so good at solving problems. So it was about, I'm not even going to go into it, but it was pretty comical. But I was like, huh, I'm not familiar with that, you know, but it was like, why don't you step into my drama? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. But it was interesting. It was interesting to monitor it, you know. But anyway, blah, 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 wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Thank you, Bumpy Road, for your presentation of sadness, I guess. So
You're welcome. It's like a virus. It sucks.
Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
We want to give 2 thumbs down for that. Everybody take care and get snuggly in bed. Winter is arriving, and we might have a hurricane in November again.
All right. Jeez.
Hope not.
That's crazy.